Hello, welcome back to the channel, Nigel everything, Nigel's Modelling Bench. And here we are back now with pack 39. I think this is part 18 of the build, isn't it? And this is pack 39 now. And today we're going to be looking at doing some rear drum brakes, or a rear drum brake and a shock absorber. So as usual, we'll have a look through the magazine. This is the Build Your Own Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 from 1967. And it's turning into a bit of a monster machine. It's absolutely huge and it weighs a ton already. We're not even a quarter of the way there yet. It's absolutely huge. It's nearly 0.8 meters long, I think. It's huge. So yeah, here we go. So pack 39, we have basically we are looking at the magazine as usual, and we're starting off with police Mustangs. And here you can see we've got a Fox body there, 5.0. Absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite Mustangs, the Fox body. Absolutely love them. So at the time of the third generation model, Ford developed a patrol car based on the 5-litre V8 featuring automatic transmission, a host of specialist equipment and plentiful power. This vehicle was ideal for high-speed chases. So there we go. And then here we can see the S197. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful looking car. I used to have one of these in Grabber Orange. And then here's another S197. There was one here local to me in the UK, and that was all dressed up as a police car as well. So it looked very much like that one. So they look pretty cool, don't they? So, and here's a supercharged 2009 built by Blue Rhine Racing Association to take part in street legal racing. So it's illegal to do this in the UK. You can't actually have police cars with lights and stuff. I think you can, but they mustn't work or something. So there's the parts and the building we're going to be doing. And then going into the back, Ford GT40 Concept 2002. I thought we'd already looked at this in another magazine. There we go. We do seem to cover Ford GTs a lot. So the Ford GT40 Concept, I'm guessing this became the Ford GT. So there we go. Couldn't be called a GT40, of course, because I think it was more than 40 inches tall. That was how the GT40 got its name. So, for example, in height, it no longer measured the classic 40 inches embodied in its name, but 44. There you go. You couldn't call it a GT44, could you? There we go. The interior, lots of billet aluminium and everything in there, aluminum. And then the GT40 concept unit that reproduced the colours of the Golf brand, commemorative of the model made in 1966. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Lots on this. And then there's three. They built 3 of those GT40 concepts. And then we've got the supercharged 5.4 engine. There we go. So there we are. Right. Let's have a look at doing some building. So we'll put the magazine over here. We'll get the light on so you can see what I'm doing better. So first of all, we're going to get our parts. So we've got the parts here for pack 39. So you can pour them out on the bench. There we go, there they all are. So we have our back plate. Well, that's actually drum brakes, sorry. There's our back plate there. We have our brake shoes. We have PSO5 screws and PS23 screws. Yet P meaning they're plastic, so there's no tapping to do. We've got our shock absorber body there. We've got a shock absorber shaft there. And then here we have the little shock absorber mounting bracket with its pin. So we're going to need a little pair of pliers wherever they may be. Here I am, Mr. Unprepared as per usual. There we go, there's our little pliers. Right, so we're going to cut these bags open. So we don't have to worry about cutting things open during the build. And we'll have those there. So we're going to have the magazine over here. So the first thing we've got to do is fit this shock absorber upper part into here. Now this is not symmetrical, so we need to make sure we get this the right way around. Place the flat part of the right rear shock absorber cylinder between the 2 holes of the right rear shock absorber upper, so the angle of the 2 parts coincides. Okay, so there is, it kind of looks like there's an angle on there, but there's not. It's a bit strange. There is an angle on there actually. It doesn't sort of tell you which way it goes, because you can't see from this image, unless you can see the... It's very difficult to see, but there's an R here. I'm not sure if that R is going forward or what. So that is, you can see that basically what it is, it's angled. So I think that's going to go that way. No, that way. Yeah. It doesn't tell you, so I'm guessing it doesn't matter. So we're going to push this pin into that hole. Make sure it's gone through. And then with a pair of pliers, just give it a squeeze and push it home. Nice snug. There we go. So that's in there, it's all free to move. Once the end of the shock absorber cylinder is fitted in the support, insert the smooth end of the rear shock absorber. Yeah, push it in. Now put the protrusion on the right rear shock absorber support into the hole in the chassis indicated in the picture. So move all this out of the way and we'll get our little... Oh, something I forgot to mention. Due to the huge success of this collection, we are temporarily out of stock and are unable to deliver the gift you were expecting in this package. We apologise for inconvenience, but rather than wait for the missing gift, we thought it more important to start sending you the issues we do have available straight away. Once again, we'd like to thank you for your custom as well as your patience and understanding. We remain at your complete disposal. Thank you. Right, I'm not sure what the gift was supposed to be. So, we have our huge, you can see how big this is. It's absolutely massive. It's 1/6 scale. So basically this shock absorber mount is going to go into here. Okay, so I'm going to try and put this the same as they've got it in the instructions so that you get an idea of what's going on here. So that's going to go like that. Okay, and then this has got a pin. It's got a little pin on there, and in there, in the recess where it's going, you can see where I'm pointing down in there. There's a hole in the bottom left hand corner. So that pin has got to go into that bottom left hand corner. Now that shock absorber is facing the wrong way. I wish DeAgostini had told us which way to put this in. They should have said which way round this goes, but they haven't. So it's going to be an easy thing to correct. I'm just going to grab a pointed tool and just push this pin back out without stabbing myself. Go on, there we go, the pin's come out. I've pushed it the wrong way, haven't I? That's why. Can I get that out now? No. Let's just push that through there a bit more. There we go. Get that out, turn it round, and then we should be able to push that back through there. We need the pliers. So what I'll do now, I will show you which way it goes. I think on the left one they actually told us, didn't they, which way it went, unless I just got it right with luck. So basically you can see here that this shock absorber is turning off this way. You can see it's not, when it's like that it's straight, but when it's here you can see it's turning off that way. So basically it's got to steer off towards that pin. So when you look at it this way round, you can see that it's, when it's fitted, it's going over towards that pin. That bracket there is not straight, it's at a slight angle, and you can see that in the instructions, but they don't tell you which way around to put this. So basically you've got the R there, okay, that's underneath. Alright, so that way that's going to go in there. Now that shock absorber is angled towards the mounting in the spring. So the cylinder of the shock absorber should be towards the axle as shown. Turn the chassis over and secure with a PS05 screw. So we're going to get a PS05 screw. So we'll get two of those because we always get one spare. We'll get that ready onto our screwdriver like that. So we'll put that down gently. We'll put this in position. This is becoming more and more difficult to hold. Okay, so we're going to get that into there, which is easier said than done. I may well grab a pair of tweezers and just position that into that recess in there. There we go. So that's in. We can get our finger in, hold that in place, turn it over, grab our PS05 screw and just screw that in there. Don't overdo it, you'll strip the threads out of the plastic. Okay, so insert the rear right shock absorber, easy for you to say. Insert the right rear shock absorber piston into the inside of the right rear shock absorber cylinder. Check the other end of the piston is facing the hole in the flange of the shock absorber support plate 38D. Okay, so we've got to make sure under here there is a recess. Okay, and we can't really see it very well, but I can see that the recess is here. You can see on here there's a tab. So that's actually going to go into there like that. Okay, and that locks it in place. So the first thing we've got to do is put it into the shock absorber body like that. Once again, I'm going to employ my tweezers. In fact, what I'm going to do first of all is get my PS23 screw, get my screwdriver armed and loaded. There we go, so the screwdriver is armed and loaded. And then what we're going to do, we're going to grab this piston with the tweezers, put that up in there, make sure it goes into that recess. We can hold that in place like so, and then with our screwdriver armed and loaded, we can go into there. And there we are. Look, it's thoughtful putting that tab on there because it stops the piston just wanting to turn, which is something I wish they do on real cars. Front end of Land Rover spring to mind. They're a nightmare. The shock absorber just wants to spin and spin when you're trying to screw the nuts on. Okay, so that's that. So that's the shock absorber in, and as you can see we've got working suspension, shock absorber working and all that. Now we're going to move on to the brake drum. So, put this over here out of the way. Waste of time, this thing. Okay, so we've got the brake drum here, and as you can see we've got the R is over to here to the left. Okay, so that's there. Now we've got to get this and get this facing this way round, so those holes, those pins are going to go into those holes there. It doesn't need to be glued. Okay, that's just going to go into there like that. Don't think that's gone in properly. There we go. So that's gone in like that. Alright, so now you can see your finished assembly that way up. Okay, that's how they're showing it there. And then this is going to go onto the axle, and we've got a little recess in there. And then we've got the drum, the brake drum is going to go on over the top. Now the trouble with this, I'll show you now as we discover when we did the left. Okay, I can put this in here like this, and I can put the brake drum over the top, but as soon as I go to put it away, it all just falls off. So we're going to leave that on there for now. We'll leave the brake drum off for now, and then we'll have a look again when we come to do packs 40, 41 and 42. So that has been pack 39, part 18. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all soon for, I'll do 40, 41 and 42 together, basically because 40 and 41 are pretty much all about building up another wheel. So you don't need to see that again, you've seen it, but we'll look through the magazines anyway. So I'll see you back for that. Now I get to put this this part 39 can go in the folder. So it's going that way round, so it's going to go into there. And we've got this beautiful box which was a free gift to keep all the magazines nice and tidy. And I'm going to put 40 per pack, per box, and then that should do us. So that's weighing a ton as well. Lots of weight here. So I'll see you all soon for pack 40, 41 and 42. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.